You spend more time with your coworkers than your family. But what if one of them...
It was just another Tuesday morning in a fluorescent-lit office building in downtown Seattle. Coffee machines gurgling, keyboards clacking, the low hum of phones, and forced small talk. You spend more hours with your coworkers than you do with your own family. Smiling, sharing lunch, trusting them with deadlines and secrets. But what if one of them wasn't who they seemed? What if the person at the next desk was watching you, collecting pieces of your life, or worse, waiting for the perfect moment to turn your world into a nightmare? These are 3 true coworker horror stories that will make you quit your job forever, real accounts from people who thought their office was safe, until they realized the monster was sitting right beside them. Listen close, because the next time your coworker asks, "How was your weekend?" you might not want to answer. My name is Elena Vasquez, 32 years old, senior account manager at Horizon Marketing in Seattle. The office is one of those sleek glass towers, downtown floor-to-ceiling windows. Open-plan desks, exposed ductwork, the kind of place that looks modern but feels cold. I've been there 6 years. I like routine. I arrive at 8:15, coffee from the lobby cafe, black with 1 sugar. Sit at my desk facing the window so I can watch the rain streak the glass while I check emails. Same chair, same angle, same everything. 3 months ago, a new hire joined our team. Nathan Cole, 38, transferred from the Portland branch. Tall, quiet, always in dark button-downs and slim trousers. He sat 3 desks away, diagonally to my right. First week, polite nods. Second week, small talk about the weather. Third week, he started knowing things. It began innocently enough. Monday morning, I was late because my car wouldn't start. I walked in at 8:45, flustered, hair damp from the drizzle. Nathan looked up from his monitor and said casually, "Rough morning." "Dead battery again?" I blinked. "How did you know?" He smiled small, almost apologetic. "You mentioned last Friday your car was acting up." Said the battery light flickered. I didn't remember saying that. Not to him. Maybe I'd muttered it to myself while packing my bag. I brushed it off. Tuesday, I had a dentist appointment at 2 p.m. I'd blocked the time in my calendar as personal. No one knew the details. At 1:45, as I was packing up, Nathan walked by my desk with a stack of folders. "Good luck at the dentist," he said. "Hope they don't find any cavities." I froze. "Who told you?" He shrugged. "You had it in your calendar." I saw it when I was looking for the Q3 budget file on the shared drive. The calendar was private. I'd set it to private. I checked later, still private. No share permissions. I told myself I must have accidentally made it visible for a second. Wednesday, I ordered takeout for lunch pad thai from the place 2 blocks away. I paid with my card, ate at my desk. Nathan walked past at 1:10 and said, "Smells good? Pad thai again? You really like that spicy peanut sauce?" I hadn't told anyone what I ordered. I hadn't even opened the container yet. The bag was still closed. That afternoon, I started watching him. He never looked directly at me for long. Just quick glances, then back to his screen. But every time I stood up, he stood up. Every time I went to the break room for water, he appeared a minute later. Coincidence, I told myself. Thursday, I tested it. I booked a fake meeting with Dr. Patel to 4 p.m. on my calendar private again. I didn't tell a soul. At 3:50, as I was grabbing my purse, Nathan leaned over his cubicle wall. "Big appointment today?" he asked. "Hope Dr. Patel goes easy on you." I felt ice crawl up my spine. I didn't answer. I left early. That night I went home and searched his name online. LinkedIn showed he'd been at the Portland office for 4 years. No red flags. Facebook private. Instagram private. Nothing. Friday morning, I arrived early 7:50. The office was empty except for the cleaning crew. I logged into my computer, opened my calendar, and stared at yesterday's entry. Dr. Patel to 4 p.m. I deleted it. Then I searched my email for Nathan Cole. Nothing suspicious, just team threads. I decided to confront him. At 9:15, I walked to his desk. "Nathan, can we talk?" He looked up, smiled that small smile. "Sure, Elena, what's up?" I kept my voice low. "How do you know things about me?" The battery, the dentist, the pad thai, the appointment. I never told you. His smile didn't falter. You talk to yourself a lot when you think no one's listening. I have good ears. I don't talk to myself. You do. You mutter when you're stressed. You hum when you're happy. You sigh when you're tired. I listen. I felt my stomach turn. That's not normal. He leaned forward slightly. We spend 40 hours a week in the same room, Elena. I pay attention. You should try it sometime. I walked away. Told my manager I wasn't feeling well. Left for the day. Saturday, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I went back to the office weekend access card. The floor was dark, only emergency lights. I went to Nathan's desk. His computer was off. I opened his drawer. Inside, a small notebook. Black cover, no label. I flipped it open. The first page, my name. Elena Vasquez. Underneath, dates and times. 8:12 a.m. Arrived late. Muttered, damn battery 3 times. Looked frustrated. 1:07 p.m. Ordered pad thai. Sighed when app said 45-minute wait. 3:52 p.m. Added private appointment Dr. Patel. Checked privacy settings twice. Page after page. My habits, my size. My phone screen reflections when I checked texts. My muttered curses when a client was rude. The last entry, dated yesterday. Elena suspects. Confronted me at 9:15. Voice trembled. Left early. She be back. I slammed the notebook shut. My hands shook. Then my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Good morning, Elena. Found something interesting at my desk? I looked up. The office was still empty. Another text. I always know when you're here. Even when you think you're alone. I ran. Dropped the notebook. Didn't wait for the elevator, took the stairs. I didn't go back to work on Monday. Called in sick. Then quit. No 2 weeks. Just emailed my resignation. They asked why. I said personal reasons. Nathan still works there. Last I heard, he got promoted. I moved to a new city, new number. New job, new apartment, no windows facing other buildings. But every morning at 8:15, I still make coffee, black, 1 sugar, and sometimes when I stir it, I whisper to myself, just to test, and sometimes I swear I hear an echo, soft, from the next room, listening. My name is Ryan Patel, 34, IT support specialist at Apex Financial Services in Boston. The company occupies floors 12 through 15 of a high-rise in the financial district. I work the late shift 3 p.m. to midnight because I prefer the quiet. No meetings, no calls from angry execs, just tickets, reboots, and the occasional printer jam. The building empties out after 7 p.m. By 10, it's just me, the security guard downstairs, and the cleaning crew. The cleaning crew rotates every few weeks, but there was always one consistent face, an older man named Victor. Mid-60s, gray uniform, slow shuffle, always pushing the same cart with the squeaky wheel. He never spoke much, just a nod when he passed my desk. He vacuumed the hallways, emptied trash, wiped down break room counters, standard stuff. I barely noticed him until the night I realized he wasn't supposed to be there. It was a Thursday in late October. I was troubleshooting a server issue on floor 14 alone, lights dimmed to save energy. Around 11:15 p.m., I heard the squeaky wheel. I looked up. Victor was pushing his cart down the corridor toward the elevators. He paused at my open door, glanced in, gave a small wave, and continued. I didn't think much of it until I checked the schedule the next morning. The cleaning company sends a weekly roster to the building manager. I had access because IT handles their access badges. I pulled up the file for that week. Victor wasn't on it. No Victor on Thursday? No Victor at all that week? The roster listed Maria, Jamal, and a new temp named Lisa. 3 people. All female or younger, no older man. I asked the security guard, Mike, when he came on shift the next evening. Victor? Yeah, he retired last month. Left after Labor Day. Nice guy? Said he was moving to Florida. I felt a chill. Then who was cleaning floor 14 last night? Mike frowned. Maria did the upper floors last night. She left at 10:30. Building was empty after that. I showed him the security footage from the hallway camera. There he was, Victor, cart, squeaky wheel, waving at my door at 11:17 p.m. Mike's face went pale. That's impossible. The badge scanner logs show only Maria's entry and exit. No one else swiped in after 10. I checked the logs myself. No unauthorized access. No tailgating. The doors had been locked from the inside after Maria left. The next night, Friday, I stayed late on purpose. Told my wife I had a big ticket to close. At 11 p.m., the building was silent. I dimmed my desk light, sat in the dark, and waited. At 11:18, the squeaky wheel started, distant at first, then closer. Down the corridor, slow, deliberate, I stayed still. Watched the doorway. Victor appeared, same gray uniform, same cart, same slow shuffle. He stopped just outside my door, turned his head slowly, and looked right at me. He smiled, not friendly, thin, knowing. Then he spoke, first time I'd ever heard his voice, low, gravelly. "You're working late again, Ryan. Third Friday in a row. Your wife must be lonely." I hadn't told anyone I was staying late. Not even my wife. She thought I was home by 1 a.m. I stood up. "Who are you?" He tilted his head. "I clean up after hours. Things people leave behind. Mistakes. Secrets." He reached into his cart and pulled out something small. A folded piece of paper. He placed it on the edge of my desk, then pushed the cart forward again, continuing down the hall. I waited until the squeak faded. Then I picked up the paper. It was a printed screenshot of my text messages from 2 days earlier, to my wife. "Staying late again. Big server crash. Love you. Home by 1. Below it, in red pen, handwritten, "Home by 1. Again, she believes you. For now." My hands shook. I grabbed my bag and left. Took the stairs instead of the elevator. Monday morning, I reported it to HR, showed the screenshot, the footage. They pulled the camera logs. The figure was there clear as day, but the timestamp glitched. Every frame with Victor in it showed error, no data. Security said the system had a temporary corruption. They wiped the footage. Victor never appeared on any roster again, but he kept coming. Every Friday night around 11:18, the squeaky wheel. I started leaving early, then I stopped working Fridays altogether. Last month I quit, no notice, just walked out. I got a new job, remote, no office, no building. But last Friday I was in my home office basement room, no windows. Around 11:15 I heard it. Squeaky wheel, slow, coming down the hallway upstairs. I live alone, no one else in the house. I went upstairs. The hallway was empty, lights off, but on the kitchen counter, where I'd left my coffee mug, was a folded piece of paper. Same handwriting and red pen. New job, remote, smart choice, but I still clean up after hours. See you next Friday, Ryan. Victor, I don't sleep much anymore. And every Friday at 11:18, I hear the squeak. Not in the house. Inside my head. Getting closer. My name is Olivia Grant, 29, graphic designer at a mid-sized creative agency in Austin, Texas. Open plan office, long tables instead of cubicles, everyone shoulder to shoulder. I sit next to Harper Brooks. She started 6 months ago, 26, bubbly, always in pastel sweaters, brings homemade cookies every Friday. Everyone loves her. She's the office sunshine. I liked her too at first. Harper's desk is to my immediate right. We share a power strip, a stack of Post-its, and the same view of the big window overlooking the parking lot. She's quiet when she works, headphones on, typing furiously, but she notices everything. It started with small comments. One afternoon in July, I was scrolling through my phone during lunch looking at vacation rentals in Colorado. I hadn't said a word about wanting a trip. Harper leaned over, casual as anything, and said, "Breckenridge looks amazing this time of year. You'd love the cabin with the hot tub." I laughed nervously. "How did you know I was looking at that?" She shrugged. "You had the tab open on your laptop earlier." I saw the reflection in the window. My laptop screen was facing away from her. The window reflection was impossible from her angle. I checked. Nothing. A week later, I got a text from my mom. "Hope you're feeling better after that headache yesterday." I hadn't told Mom I had a headache. I hadn't told anyone. I'd taken ibuprofen at my desk. Quietly, no fuss. Harper glanced over when I swallowed the pill and said, "Migraines are the worst. Hope the ibuprofen kicks in soon." I hadn't said the word migraine out loud. Not once. I started being careful. I angled my screen away. I kept my phone face down. I stopped eating lunch at my desk. But Harper kept knowing. One Monday, I had a fight with my boyfriend, Tyler, over the phone in the parking garage before work. I cried in my car for 10 minutes. No one saw. I fixed my makeup, went inside. Harper was already there. She handed me a tissue without me asking. "Rough morning?" she said softly. "Breakups are brutal. You'll find someone better." I hadn't told her we broke up. I hadn't told anyone. I started avoiding her, moved my mouse to the other side, put a plant between our desks, wore headphones all day. It didn't help. One Friday cookie day, she brought chocolate chip. I declined. She smiled that sweet smile and said, "You're cutting sugar this month, right? Good for you. Tyler used to say you ate too many sweets. That's why you gained those 5 pounds last year." I hadn't spoken to Tyler in weeks. I hadn't told Harper about the weight comment ever. That night I couldn't sleep. I went back to the office at 2 a.m., used my keycard. The floor was dark, only emergency lights. I went to Harper's desk. Her drawer was unlocked. Inside, a thick leather-bound journal, black cover. No label. I opened it. The first page had my name in neat handwriting, Olivia Grant. Then pages and pages of entries, date-stamped, time-stamped, detailed, July 15th, 10:42 a.m. Olivia searched Breckenridge Cabins on laptop. Tab visible for 4 seconds. She sighed 3 times while scrolling. Once hot tub, August 3rd, 2:17 p.m. Took ibuprofen, rubbed left temple, migraine, didn't tell anyone. Face pale, eyes glassy. September 22nd, 7:45 a.m. Cried in car for 11 minutes. Mascara smudged on left cheek. Breakup with Tyler confirmed by her silence when I mentioned his name later. October 9th, 11:05 a.m. Declined cookie, avoiding sugar. Tyler's old insult about weight gain resurfaced in conversation last month. She flinched when I repeated it. Every page was like that. My moods, my size, my phone screen glances, my whispered phone calls in the stairwell, my lunch orders, my browser history reflections in the window, my tears, my silences. The last entry, dated yesterday, Olivia suspects, moved plant, wears headphones constantly, avoids eye contact. She checked my desk soon. I'll leave the journal for her. She needs to know how much I care. My hands shook. I took photos of the pages with my phone, closed the journal, put it back exactly as I found it. I didn't go to HR. I didn't confront her. I quit the next day. No explanation, just resignation email. They asked questions. I said personal reasons. Harper still works there. Last I heard, she's been promoted to lead designer. I moved out of Austin. New city, new job, new number. But last week I got a package at my new address. No return label, inside. The same black journal. The first page had my new name, my new life. Entry started the day I moved in. October 28th, 3:12 p.m. Olivia arrived at new apartment. Unpacked boxes in living room. Cried for 9 minutes when she found old photo of Tyler. I live alone. No one knows where I moved. No one has my new address. The last page of the journal is blank. Except for one line in her handwriting. "Welcome to your new life, Olivia. I'm still right beside you, just like always." I burned the journal. But every night when I sit at my desk to work, I feel it. A presence. Just over my right shoulder, watching, listening, writing.